Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. It has been 3 days since the landslide victory of Donald Trump in the US election. Kamala Harris was beaten, and it was a absolute obliteration, annihilation, as it were. And since that annihilation took place, guess what's been happening? Hamas has called for a ceasefire over in Israel. The EU says it wants to buy American natural gas to avoid Trump's tariffs. Putin says he will sell Russian oil in US dollars. Zelensky held a private phone call with President Trump and Elon Musk. Mexico broke up a migrant caravan heading for the US. Nature is indeed healing, and also the woke mind virus is being obliterated as well. Freedom of speech is now going to reign supreme. RFK Jr. is making the big pharma people panic and sweat. He's also making Fauci sweat in his boots because, well, justice is coming. And damn right it should. We have been under this tyranny or this turmoil for too damn long. I know I'm Australian, and I know that I wasn't in the US, but Fauci had a lot to say that affected Australia. The US actually is a huge powerhouse, and what the Americans don't really realize is just how much of an influence they have on other countries, like here in Australia. Albanese is a spineless, weak leader, and he is causing a lot of havoc and a lot of problems here in Australia. And he is scared of Trump, and he should take note of what's going on over in the US if he wants to have a chance in the next election, because we've got one coming up next year in May, and it doesn't look good for him at the moment. He's allowing far too many immigrants into the country, which we don't want and we don't need. And he's also allowing the censorship bills to, well, hopefully, and Lord willing, it doesn't get passed, because that would be an absolute travesty, and it would stop me from doing this, believe it or not, because the government, hey, is an egregious controller. It's becoming an authoritarian government. Now, while Trump is destroying a lot of the wokeness, the mind virus, as it were, and basically repairing the US, it hasn't even been 3 days yet, and all this stuff is taking place. I can't wait to see what he does on the first day of his presidency, because he says he's going to do a lot on day one. A lot, man. And I'm actually excited to see how it's all going to unravel and unfold. And Australia better fall in line, because we're going to be in a lot of trouble if we don't. And if we got a spineless leader like Albo running Australia in terms of US relations, and he's got no idea how to deal with Trump, we're in a lot of hurt. We really are. So Piers Morgan actually goes, the comical irony of the woke brigade constantly screaming Trump is a fascist is that they themselves are the fascists who cancel and destroy anyone who dares to defy their narrow, hectoring, puritanical, joyless, hypocritical, and utterly deluded worldview. Indeed. Piers Morgan also says wokeism is dead, identity politics is dead, virtue signaling is dead. Trump's massive win with a total repudiation of all the far less progressive but actually regressive crap. Common sense will now return to a world that had gone nuts, and thank God for that. Now, a lot of trans people are not happy. They're actually quite scared. The reason why they're quite scared is because they can't actually share or push their lies or their agenda anymore. And they're fed up with that. They can't handle a Trump presidency because normality will reign supreme. Things that were once considered good are now going to be considered good again. So now good is going to become good, and evil is now going to become evil once more, and not how it's been the reverse under Biden and under Obama for the last however many years it's been. But the last 4 years, everything just spiraled and gotten even worse. You had trans people at the White House making a mockery. You had also more trans people making a mockery of God every single time. It was just disgusting. It was deplorable. And now we've got some sanity back in the mix. But not everyone wants to stay in the US. In fact, one particular trans woman or trans activist, not an actual woman, okay, a biological dude that has a family of this person's own. I know I still can't say, you know what, the actual correct pronouns because, well, Trump isn't in office yet, so we can't do anything until Trump just allows freedom of speech to reign supreme over on YouTube and Google. We'll see what happens. But he's also going to put a stop to the radical tyranny of big tech platforms, because you have a lot of people behind the scenes that are ideologues, that are radicals in Silicon Valley, that put a stop to me saying the things that I want to say. They censor you. They stop you from, doing what's right. And I think that is wrong. And I'm glad that Trump is now going to take that, and he's going to pretty much put a stop to all the censorship. Freedom of speech is now forever going to reign supreme because of Trump's landslide victory. And while this person wants to get the hell out of the US, I don't know why. I feel like moving to the US under Trump. I think it's going to be an absolute utopia for people that love, freedom of speech and expression and all things good. Let's just say that. But this person wants to pack up. Currently, this person is leaving the US and moving to my country, Australia. I don't want you here, mate. Stay where you are. You're probably better off where you are, but you don't realize it yet. But hey, whatever. You can, hopefully Australia will go nut. But then again, they probably won't, because they're more than happy to cancel and not allow Candace Owens to come because she's apparently too radical. But they're more than likely going to allow this person in because this person identifies as being a trans woman. So have a watch.
Good morning. It is November 7th, Thursday. And got my lipstick on today, so I'm a little bit more together. We're putting a plan together. I cannot live in a country that voted for Trump. I cannot spend another 4 years under that man. And so we have made the decision that we are leaving. We're putting a plan together. Our plan is to go back to Australia, and by back, that is where obviously Tam and our daughter Jordan was from. I'm working on immigration paperwork for spousal visa. I'll probably end up going over on a tourist visa initially because the spousal visa takes a while. I'll probably have to leave at some point and go to like Vietnam or Maria, and then come back to Australia, waiting for the paperwork to go through. But we're getting quotes on selling the house. We're getting ready. I'm getting quotes on moving boxes to Australia. We're getting quotes on moving our dog and cat to Australia. And we are in the process of selling everything. I'm hoping to be out of here by mid-January. So that's the news. We've buckled up. We've made a decision. We are not spending any more time in America under Donald Trump. There's just no way. And I feel bad and sorry for all the women and all the members of the queer community that are still here, and what life would be like under that person. So take care of yourselves, and I wish all of you the best. I will continue to post videos as we get ready for our travel out of here, and as well as continuing my NASA days. Probably Saturday will be the next one. But I wanted to give you an update on what we're doing. So hope you all have a great day.
Not an ounce of testosterone in this man. Not 1 ounce. And the whole white dudes for Harris debacle, which they all thought that Harris was going to win. White dudes for Harris. And you know how dumb that actually is. But nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, there were a lot of dingbat young men, or young boys, I should say, not real men, that were running around and actually supporting Kamala Harris because Kamala Harris was going to give them everything they ever wanted. I don't see any of them actually walking around with beautiful women because it seems like they're afraid of them, because they also enjoy watching a certain thing on the internet that you probably shouldn't be watching at all. But a lot of young men that are part of White Dudes for Harris are into that sort of stuff. And it doesn't surprise me at all. It really doesn't, because we all know what that particular thing does to the brain of a young dude. And we also saw ads that the Harris campaign were running to say that Donald Trump is going to ban corn on the internet. And so young people can't, jack off to something they probably shouldn't be jacking off to. and they should vote for Harris because corn is going to be free for all men. Like that is absurd. Truly, truly absurd, but that's what they wanted. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. But yes, my friends, white dudes for Harris and this particular transgender individual, whatever, it's delusional dingbat, is moving the family away from the US because this person can't stand another Trump presidency and decided to put on the makeup, decided to, I'm going to be making videos for you all of the progress. No one gives a damn. But anyway, I guess people watch this individual because, yeah, lives a TikTok, shared it. But anyway, they just they can't hack it. They're sick of it. But nevertheless, I am over the moon. I'm happy because it means that the woke mind virus is going to die and sanity shall be restored once more. Might mean that I'll be struggling for content. We'll see. You never know. But anyway, you guys take care, be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.